Imagine a country drowning in cocaine, its production soaring to unprecedented levels, flooding neighboring nations and devastating lives. This is the grim reality the U.S. Treasury Department is addressing with its recent sanctions against Colombian President Gustavo Petro and his inner circle. But here's where it gets controversial. Is President Petro a passive bystander or an active enabler of this drug epidemic? The U.S. government firmly believes the latter. In a bold move, the Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC, has designated President Gustavo Francisco Petro Urrego and several key associates, including his wife, son, and a close ally under counter-narcotics authorities. This decision comes amidst alarming reports of Colombia's cocaine production reaching record highs, with much of it ending up in the United States. Secretary of the Treasury Scott Bessent didn't mince words, stating, "Since President Petro's rise to power, Colombia has become a cocaine powerhouse, endangering American lives. His inaction against drug cartels is unacceptable, and today's sanctions are a clear message. We will not tolerate this threat." And this is the part most people miss. These sanctions are not just about punishing individuals. They're part of a broader strategy under Executive Order 14059 to dismantle the global illicit drug trade. Colombia, long the world's leading cocaine producer, has seen its drug exports fuel violence and instability, often smuggled into the U.S. through Mexican cartels. Despite President Petro's controversial comparison of cocaine to whiskey, the drug remains a critical threat to U.S. national security. Petro's background as a former guerrilla member and his 2022 election victory have been overshadowed by policies that critics say have emboldened narco-terrorist organizations. His total peace plan, while ambitious, has coincided with skyrocketing coca cultivation and cocaine production. In September 2025, the U.S. officially designated Colombia as a major drug-producing country, failing demonstrably to control its drug problem, largely due to Petro's policies and actions. But Petro's controversial decisions don't stop there. In 2024, he jeopardized international financial security by leaking confidential anti-money laundering information, leading to Colombia's suspension from the Egmont Group. His alliance with Venezuela's Nicolas Maduro and the Cartel de los Soles has further isolated Colombia from its international partners. These actions raise a critical question. Is Petro's leadership inadvertently or intentionally fueling the drug crisis? The sanctions also target Petro's inner circle, including his son Nicolas Fernando Petro Burgos, who faces allegations of money laundering and funneling drug money into Petro's campaigns. First Lady Veronica del Socorro Alcocer Garcia and close associate Armando Alberto Benedetti Villaneda are also sanctioned for their roles in supporting Petro's agenda. Benedetti, in particular, has been implicated in campaign finance scandals and was recently appointed Minister of the Interior, raising eyebrows about Petro's appointments. The implications of these sanctions are far-reaching. All U.S.-based assets of the designated individuals are frozen, and U.S. persons are prohibited from engaging in transactions with them. Violations carry severe civil or criminal penalties, underscoring the seriousness of the U.S. stance. However, OFAC emphasizes that sanctions are not permanent punishments, but tools to encourage behavioral change. Individuals can petition for removal from the sanctions list if they demonstrate a shift in conduct. Here's the thought-provoking question. Are these sanctions a necessary measure to combat drug trafficking, or do they risk destabilizing Colombia further? While the U.S. argues they are essential to protect national security, critics worry about their impact on Colombia's sovereignty and economy. What do you think? Is this the right approach, or is there a better way to address the drug crisis? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's spark a meaningful discussion.